know what? Sometimes you just can't let this season get you in a deep, dark hole. Hey, excuse me, you mind not dumping that down here?
Is that your cat?
Oh, Hanky, what are you doing? Isn't that seems awfully rude. Does that mean she don't...
Or does that mean she likes us?
Oh yeah, that must be it. That's a good cat. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 55 of Digimon Ghost Game, because apparently we're still going. Bakeneko. If you have watched any of our episodes before, you know we go very in-depth into these episodes, so if you're adverse to spoilers, this Ghost Game there are none, you may wish to turn away and come back at a later time. So, let us dive right into episode 55, which still starts with...
The same opening narration we've had for a long, long time.
Yep. And, well, we didn't have the formula for a couple episodes, but now we're...
Yeah, pretty much back here.
Now we're pretty much right back to it. Where we see some random person's bedroom. Young girl. And we see her with her eyes closed, walking out.
Sleepwalking, yeah.
Like onto a balcony area.
Which, balconies seem to be very common in Japan.
Very close together, apartment or something. And even stands up on the ledge, and I'm like, oh god, where are we going?
Where are we going with this?
Where are we going? And then she just starts running along it.
Yeah.
Which is still very dangerous and still, oh god.
Yeah. She doesn't really look all that coordinated, but yet she always manages to get back on, no problem.
Just keeps herself still balanced somehow. And goes down all the way to one end, turns around, starts running a little faster, back along the other way, and looks like she's going full speed towards the end.
Yep.
And suddenly we see her just... No, not fly. Jump good.
Yeah, jump good.
Way over a 20-foot gap. I mean, it's a big...
Yeah.
It's a big gap that, most humans would not be able to do. I don't know what the record for a long jump is, but there's no way this little girl...
Running on his railing.
In her PJs, is really going to be able to do. And she makes it. And seems to keep running along and keeps going for a while until we see her balancing on some other pole of some kind. And we see a dark figure in the background. Looks somewhat feline.
You see this motion a lot?
Yes, that's a lot in this episode. And other motions we'll get to later. And then finally seems to stop doing that, and she seems to wake up. And we zoom out, and she's on a billboard, like 8-10 stories in the air.
I mean, way up in the air.
Way up in the air. And is understandably a little freaked out by this. And shimmies along and goes against the board. It's like, help!
Somebody help! Yep.
So yeah, very much so. Did not know that they were going there.
Then we cut to the shadowy figure, and we see the face, and it's Monster Kitty.
Yeah. Does not look like our Digimon of the week.
Nope.
It looks like something else. It looks like, a deranged cat of some...
Werecat, some kind of thing. Maybe, yeah.
Be explained a little better later. And so now we're done with random person number 12. We won't see her again. No.
I think we do, but...
Okay, in passing, maybe.
We'll never see her again after this episode.
And we go back to Hiro, who's, clipping his nails or something in his room,
yes.
And listening to a news report of, gee, some girl was found. So at least it seems like he's listening to the news and possibly trying to...
Well, he's not reacting in any way, shape, or form, so I don't know
if
he cares.
Yeah, he's not like, hey, Kevabah, we should go find that, or call Ruli, or... No, because we just go outside, and we see two of the dorm students with a couple of cats that are feeding them some milk, probably. And we see Gavamon poke his head up over the... like, hey, what you doing? It's like, oh, it's you two. Because, of course, Bastemmon's there.
No. Yes, he is.
He has 2 lines this episode, I think, in total.
He does at least make this episode.
Yeah, he's got something. But, yeah.
How does he have, the most appearances after the main 6 at this point?
Give me Jinryamon. The professor had to die for this? And so they're like, shh, don't let the dorm leader know about this. What shouldn't I know about? Because, well, actually, no. I was going to say, whenever Hiro's in class, that's when, Kyo's watching them. But we just saw that Hiro's not in class.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he's with those two. He's probably just doing his rounds.
He's probably doing his
rounds more than following those two. And yeah, you know the rules. There's no cats allowed. No animals
allowed on campus. I guess Digimon aren't animals then.
Yeah,
they're holograms.
Yeah. And so he kneels down and goes like, shoo.
He shoots the cats away.
Yeah, he's not vicious or anything about it. But no, you can't be here. And
tells the students to get back to go to their homework or something.
And they're like, "Aw." And honestly, here's where I half expected Akio, like, once they were gone, like, actually give them milk. But no, he listens to the rules.
He's very strict about the rules.
So
he has some, as we've shown on the train, that if he believes that to enforce the rules, he must follow them as well.
So yeah, he doesn't
be hypocritical about it.
So yeah, he does not do anything like that. But we see the cat,
the calico one, stick her head out and
hiss at him.
Yeah, she's not approved. She's worked hard on training those humans, darn it.
Yes. And so we cut over to a large gathering of cats.
Yes, in what turns out to be a pet cemetery. It really has no relevance as a pet cemetery, but it is.
Yeah. And we get to see a brief glimpse of our Digimon of the Week already.
Yes.
Well, actually, it shows pretty much just about everything, really. There's not much to,
Not left to imagination with this one.
Hidden here, no. And she's all talking about, yes, go forth and enslave the humans.
Train the humans more.
Yeah, train them better.
At this point, training is.
And starts to weave her magic.
Yes, weave her magic. Cast her spells.
Ooh.
Wiggle her finger.
Yeah. What? Sorry. What were we talking about?
Is this a captivating attack or something?
Yeah, I mean,
but the pink pixie dust falls onto the kitties, and they become more that monster cat we saw from the beginning.
Yeah, their tails start to split into two.
Yes,
they puff up a little and get slightly more
stand on hind
bipedal. Yes. Yeah. And so we cut away, and from there, and we're back in Kyo's room.
Yep.
Where we see this motion
yes.
again. Not from Kyo, but from some feline in the room, and he gets up out of his bed and starts walking, much like the girl we saw at the
she'd be sleepwalking,
very beginning, and starts just walking out and keeps going, and we see the cat.
We see the cat. Gee, it's the calico you shooed away earlier.
Yes. And Bastemon's like, yes, you're doing well. Walk him more, train him more, and takes him all the way to some construction site. Yeah. And he's running around there, walking around, and even at one point, falls.
Looks like he falls, yeah.
Looks like he falls right off of that, going, okay, this is gonna hurt. Oh no, wait, he's running straight up a vertical I-beam.
Yes.
Okay, what creature, I mean, like tiny insects can get away with that because, they grab onto, just little imperfections. Not even a cat can get their claws enough into steel to do this.
Yes.
How is a human doing this?
It's impressive.
I mean, it's Digimon and everything, so okay, yeah, whatever. But what?
But let's remember they established you can make a human do this.
Yes. And so he climbs all the way up to the top, and then after a while, it seems to relax its control, and he does seem to fall again. And of course, he grabs onto some cable or something. I'm not exactly sure how he stops himself from falling this time. But he's a little freaked out of, where am I? What is this? And we also see that he is not the only one tonight that is under the spell. We see a different girl.
Yes.
Up on top of a Ferris wheel, of all things. And why do we see her? Because Angoramon seems to be flying around in the area.
In the middle of the night.
He usually doesn't do that, as far as I'm aware.
Is he coming back from a committee meeting or something?
Community? That must be.
It's the best explanation I can get for why he's out right now.
Yeah. And so he's like, that's interesting. What is she doing up there? And then Bastemon's there to tell the cat, now let her down. Yeah. And so she seems to fall asleep or, get tranced again. Jumps onto one of the
cars or better,
and it sways out from under her, and she starts to free fall. So Angoramon goes sliding under and catches her on his big poofy
belly save. And then she kind of wakes up, but she doesn't seem bothered.
Yeah.
The fact that she's not in her... I guess Angoramon flops close enough to her bed, she doesn't care.
Yep, she must just go back to sleep.
Maybe that's it. We'll go with that. I like that more than any other explanation.
Yeah, they don't give us any, so... And so we cut over to, the next day, where it seems like they're meeting at their usual cafe that the group seems to like to. But Kyo is not there. And they are quickly to say that, he's locked himself in his room after what happened last night and refused to leave.
So he's back to the hiding under his bedsheets state.
Mm-hmm. And and saying, Jellymon, I don't care about your farming business. Please come back.
Please come back from finishing your jelly.
Farming business. Sure, because we never really
We're never told what she does.
The closest thing we did was Santa bunnies, but that kind of got stopped. I think.
Before she was like getting kimono for Sunflowmon way back, like episode 13.
Yeah.
She's gone, but G and a bit later.
Yeah. And so they're talking about how, that's weird. He was out and about it, and Gormon tells them that, I saved a girl off a Ferris wheel last night too. So something.
There's been mentioned before about the girl on the billboard again.
Yeah, Ruli's looked into that. So they've definitely realized something is going on.
But we're done with that.
Now we're just back to the dorm room where, the other two students are still trying to feed.
Yeah. We're back outside again, and they're still
trying to feed the cats. And there's something pretty different about the cats.
But nobody will mention this, so apparently they don't know this.
Yeah, the tails look scrunched, kind of bunched. It's probably twisting them back together from the two tails, but they wouldn't know that. But they look different.
They're distinctly different,
in this shot, and they're commenting that, they seem kind of angry today.
Yeah, Gamemon tries to pet one, it scratches Gamemon.
Yep, and well, that's kind of a jerk thing to do, but cats do that.
It's a cat thing. Yeah,
you're just trying to,
Every so often, nope, I'm done being adored.
Yeah, they will let you know. Yeah, it just goes up in a tree, and we even see like a red scratch mark on him, which again, Digimon don't bleed. Why would it be red? But
why not blue and little beta chunks? Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, yeah. What?
This is where our suspension of disbelief
ends. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
But again,
there.
It's just much. It's much of the season. If we had other things to look at, we wouldn't pick on these things.
The overall story arc was so much more engaging. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about these things as much.
There's not enough to. So we start moving on to the next night.
It's night again.
And Bastemon has once again gathered all of her cats.
At the graveyard, cemetery, yeah.
And once again tells them to go forth. The night is the night. And starts doing her hypnotic dance.
Yes.
That is full of power and... what? Yeah, no, this is how far you fall in Ghost Game, that this is the most interesting thing about your season. Oh boy. And so once again, the cats start going out, and this time, because the other cat scratched at Gamemon, it's still apparently upset, because it goes after him, and that's what cues in Hiro that something is happening. It's not that he's, staking out Kyo's room because he knows something happened, or...
Just Gamemon opening the door happens to wake him.
Mm-hmm. Or, they could be using Espimon because he's literally in a box in the room. He's sleeping in the room.
For the bed, in a box.
They couldn't use him to, try and, trade off to be on watch. No, they can't. They can't do anything like that. So it just so happens to wake him up. And just follows him along. And
he calls Ruli, which is a good, smart thing to do.
As he's following along, he calls Ruli, and she's like, Kyo and Gamemon are doing what?
They're walking along top of the roofs and jumping from them?
Yeah, they're acting very agile. Because Gamemon, normally would just fly it.
Yeah.
But he's not right now. And so
And Kyosho wouldn't be on the roof if he's like the bed now.
No. And so they're following along, and he turns around, and suddenly there's a
tail across the face.
Yeah. And his phone goes flying out of his hand, and we see here ruling on Hiro! And she's like, interesting. I will train you myself. And she uses her helter-skelter dance. And Hiro doesn't fall unconscious or anything, but his body starts moving outside of his will. And, like all the others, seems to suddenly be very agile and jump up onto the top of the building. Don't worry, we're not building up this point that they can jump up on top of the building for any reason. And so he goes off, and finally, we see Jellymon.
Yes.
Hovering around.
Just happens to be coming back at this time.
And doesn't notice our main character jumping across the room, but notices that there's other humans doing it at least. And is like, what is this? And this is where Angoramon and Ruli catch up, also flying to her.
And Espimon.
Oh, I'm so glad to find you. Oh, yeah, and him. Why wasn't he with Hiro? because he's useless. Yeah. And so they decide, yeah, it's time to follow them and see what's going on.
The Jellymon just happens to be back in just the right amount of time. Making me wonder why they ever bother having her leave. Because she's always back when they need her.
And so they gather everyone into the cemetery. Well, they realize, as we've said, it's a pet cemetery. And they all are standing there in front of Bastemon with all of the cats lined up along in a very ceremonial kind of looking formation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, there's 40, 50, I mean, maybe more.
Should be more noticed by this point. But...
Yeah. And so she declares that let the selection process begin.
Yes.
And that's our commercial break. Yeah, okay. I mean, Bastemon's fun. I mean, we don't know that's Bastemon, but
yeah, no.
But yeah, I mean, okay. Well, whatever. It's Ghost Game at this point. At the halfway mark, yeah, it's Ghost Game.
Yeah.
Nothing really to talk about here. But we do get a little more interesting as we come out of the commercial break, and we see that she begins talking about how.
Cats are once considered gods,
and how dare you, think you're better than them, and
inferior humans.
Yeah, so they must train you now.
Yes,
be proper. And Gormon's in the background. Oh, that's Bastemon. She's considered the goddess of cats, and very vain, and considers herself a goddess. Which, would cats ever do that, Peggy? I think so. Yeah. And so one of the cats just is, nonplussed about the whole thing and sits down into what I call the kitty loaf position.
The loaf, yeah.
Is the loaf position, yeah. All folded up, all limbs underneath, and she's like, "Oh, what a graceful pose. Now you do it."
Now you do it, human, yeah.
And he's like, "My arms don't bend that way." And starts trying and can't. And she looks at him, and he starts screaming as his limbs try to bend
even further
underneath him into position. And she just kind of scoffs and is like, "Fail."
Yep.
And she starts going down the line.
No, the cat handler is going to have the other humans do it, and usually she's just fail. Like, there's a pass.
There are more fails than pass. And she goes through quickly about a dozen of them in this first wave. And what does this mean exactly? Well, it's not made exactly clear, except the ones that fail seem to be marched off.
Yep.
For now. Okay. So far, not terrible. I mean, trying to twist your arms into position, it hurts, but that's, we've had plenty worse happen to people in Ghost Game at this point. And so one of the cats also jumps up really high up onto a pedestal where a statue is standing.
Yep, where she's been perched on a good part of this episode.
She's like, "All right, human, you do it." And the poor woman's like, "No, wait." And she starts running towards the pedestal. Well, now we've established that the humans, when controlled by these, have, great jumping and agility capabilities. This is something they can do. So she goes running up and face plants into the pedestal without even jumping. Or a pathetic jump that, most humans would do. Why can't she jump that high now?
Yeah.
If you would say, oh, it's because she's conscious. Well, Hero was just doing the jumping when he was conscious. I mean, he was controlled directly by Bastemon, so okay.
Maybe.
It's just things like this so many times have happened in Ghost Game. It just take a moment, writers. Think about it. Do another draft.
Yeah.
This feels like this is your first pass through, and you're like, that's good. Because there are plenty of other things that cats can do we can't, as they soon show in the next part, where a cat fits through a couple of fences, fence posts, kind of bars. Like, oh, the cat can do it. You do it. To Kyo, Gamamon, and Hero.
Apparently they could bend their arms properly.
Or they weren't part of that selection. I don't exactly know.
No one worries, but they're here for now.
Yeah. And so, they start pushing their head against the fence, and their head doesn't fit.
No, it doesn't work real well. Gamamon eventually manages to squeeze
his way through. It's like, huh, a white Digimon. Hi, I'm Gamamon. No, you couldn't be.
And that's all we'll get out of it.
That's all we'll get. We'll get that Gamamon might be special.
Yeah.
Did you know that? And while all this is going on, Angoramon, Ruli, and Espimon are just sitting there, kind of watching all this.
Yes.
Like, huh.
Not like Hiro and Kyosho need their heads.
Just pushing their heads against the fence isn't enough, so she pushes them even more, and they start bashing their heads repeatedly against the bars.
And the people watching, again, don't care.
Yeah. Our other three in the back, do not care. As, yes, this makes sense. The humans cannot do this. This is... Well, I mean, they can't climb up steel beams. But, yeah, no, it makes sense that they can't twist and kind of meld their body.
They aren't liquids like gas.
Yeah. This does not work.
And so she gets rather fed up with everybody and just says, okay, you all fail.
Yeah. I don't think there's, like, any that...
No, at this point she doesn't follow.
That pass her high standards, shall we say.
So she marches... So she and her cat minions march them all out of the cemetery to some secluded place in Japan. Not quite sure where this is.
I mean, it's still close by. It could still be part of the cemetery, but just the part that's not filled yet or anything. And start giving them shovels and they start digging. They're digging. And they're like kind of groups of three, kind of digging deeper and deeper. Why are we digging holes? What?
At this place, when Angoramon and others start flying afterwards and say, I wonder if the cats can control humans because of Bastemon. I'm debating this.
Let's see, how long have you been in the real world? Angoramon? Yes.
Yeah, she's the reason. This is almost as good as Hiro being surprised that Bastemon's a Digimon earlier in the episode. And so, anyway, Bastemon eventually explains what's going on here.
Yeah, because as one of the group finally seems to dig really deep. I mean
10 feet.
10 feet, yeah. I mean, deep enough it's hard to get out, and really wide. I mean, have you ever tried to dig a hole? That'll
take a lot of hours to dig a hole like this.
Yeah. That takes a long time. As three of the people are starting to shovel dirt back into the hole. Like, no, I can't stop myself. No. Don't make me do this. And this is really where the episode does really start to get creepy.
Take a dark turn.
A dark turn where, they're like, wait, are you burying us? No, don't. And,
are we digging our own graves?
Yeah, Hiro asks it like, whoa, okay.
And Bastemon basically says, this is divine. Yeah. This is divine forgiveness. Be lucky I even let you turn back into dust.
Yes, you will.
Those who are worthy will be our pets. None of you are worthy.
Yeah. And I mean, this is a Digimon that's so dark, so twisted that this is the horror season. We know what's going to happen. But come on, this is cool. And they're like, well, okay, so if the humans are affected by the cats, we can't, but it's a Digimon power. We can't use the field to get them away. So what is a weakness? We got to find a weakness.
Yes.
And she seems to have some idea. And as they're discussing more, Hiro and Kyo and Gamamon drop their shovels, and people are starting to
throw dirt into their hole
as well. And I mean, they're the main characters. Are you really worried about them?
Yes.
But it's starting to fill. It's up past Gamamon's bandana neck area, and they just keep going until finally there's some smoke.
Yeah.
That starts to happen. Not like a fire smoke, more kind of like a almost foggish kind of
white powder
smoke. And Bastemon seems very confused by what's going on, and we start to see some of the cats start to waver, and we look up, and in the sky, it's Jinryomon. No. Well, it is Wingdramon, or Airdramon.
Wingdramon would be different. Awesome.
It would be very different.
Airdramon. And we can really see Jellymon, who he doesn't like and want to work with.
Working with him. Yeah, working together.
And even though Gamamon's again in danger and Jinryomon's his really close friend, so it would make more sense to have Jinryomon.
Yeah.
But we don't. We have Airdramon.
Yep. And they're carrying a bunch of vegetables.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they are throwing celery on...
Celery and some silver vine.
Mm-hmm. And Espemon's using his mote bombs to kind of like smoke it and put it up in the air and fill the air with it. So that's how we're getting this haze all over, and the cats are really starting to
get drunk, as they like to call it.
Yes. And Bastemon does not seem amused.
No, she swings her arms and
yeah,
fresh air blows it away.
And their scarves, just blow it all out. You think you could stop me with such pathetic things?
But apparently it's working well enough on the other cats that they turn from their monster form back to their normal kitty selves.
Sure.
Why?
Okay.
Don't know, but sure, why not?
I've seen plenty worse.
Yeah, you can do a lot worse than this.
Yeah, so this is fine. And so
they use this advantage to turn on the field, hopefully that...
Yeah, we see some of the humans start to be freed, helping each other out.
Holes,
so, to make sure that they can keep doing that, they turn on the field finally. She's like, you think isolating me will allow you to defeat me? She's confident.
She's confident, yeah. And to the character and to our hero's defense, they're serious this time. They go straight to ultimate.
Yes, Lamormon immediately comes out because the other two are pulling themselves out of the hole.
Gamon's still digging himself out of the hole,
Out of the hole. So at first it's just Lamormon. Yes, Warp Digivolves gets right in there. And does not do well.
No, he gets his butt kicked.
She does her vampire dance immediately and just starts to drain him. You see, like, his data, and, as she says, his life force being drained out of him.
She eats his color.
Pretty much, yeah. I highly doubt that's at all tied to eating color before, but...
I don't know, but it looks very similar afterwards.
Yeah, he's very gray and weakened, and then she does the helter-skelter hypnotic dance. And we see him start pulling his blade, turning around, and Gimmelman goes, uh-oh, and warps into...
Looks like with Airdramon, yeah.
Yeah, it warps into Kano Weissmon. So as he's jumping up, he grabs him,
pulls him,
pins him down, which, since he was drained, okay, but man, Lamormon, you really just do not impress
You're not
anytime.
impressive. No.
Anytime you show up, I'm sorry, dude.
Airdramon and Bastemon tried to help here, but gee, they don't do well.
They're a rookie and a champion against an ultimate. Yeah, it's almost reminiscent of like the Myotismon fight, where she just kind of redirects their attacks right back at him, is so confident.
Doesn't even move her body overall, just her arms. That's all she needs to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Myotismon from Adventure, not this. Not the one from, not Myotismon from Ghost Game here.
No, she would kick this Vendemon's butt, apparently.
Oh god, yes. And so
this Pokemon, they're actually having serious trouble with her.
And so Thetismon also is out, and they're like, wow, yeah. So with Lamormon and Kano Weissmon,
grappling each other.
The other two out. It's just Thetismon pretty much left at this point, and he just mutters, "Adu World," which is her teleport attack. And even that, she sidesteps.
Yep, he senses the sidestep.
And sees it coming and vampire dance and starts to drain her as well. And she's like, I will drain all of your life force. Every last drop or whatever. Like, again, she's serious. Yeah, she's serious. She's unlike these people that never seem to take these seriously. And at least the boss is serious. But after a while, she like staggers back and goes, what is this? There's my like, well, do you like my life force? I prepared it specially for you.
My body.
Specifically for you. And it shows that she's got some of the celery and
silver
vine.
And so Kyosuro says, I've used the whatever organ.
Yeah.
The name of the attack that lets her make antidotes and make poisons.
Mm-hmm.
Toku Tiase organ.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. What's this thing?
To infuse the chemicals into her body from it. When? How?
Yeah, I like this idea.
Yeah.
This is a really cool idea. Were you able to literally do it in 30 seconds?
Yeah, in the middle of this battle?
I mean, you literally just learned 30 seconds ago that she drains life force.
Yeah.
And if you can do it that fast, what's been taking you so long up to this point to get your antidotes and things? Again, I like this idea. If this was the round 2 solution, the hell you win? I'd definitely be all for it.
But this is Ghost Game. We can't have round 2.
No. So I guess I have to be happy to at least have some kind of creative solution.
So yeah, with her getting a little more woozy and drained, Lamormon finally breaks free and realizes, you're not enemy? No. Hey, you're back. Alright. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll still stop you.
I'll just hypnotize him again,
yeah. Meteor Lux. And he's launches it at her. And she's like screaming in panic. Like, she thinks, this is really bad suddenly. And of course she's just passes out.
After the explosion, she's sleeping.
Passed out, drunk.
Yep.
As they say.
Cute little kitty sleeping noises.
You a cute kitty? Are you my pillow? Oh, you're tolerating this. Of course, everybody's happy now.
Yep. They get outside, the humans wake up and think, oh, I think I was having a nightmare. And all the cats are all snuggling, very happy to have the humans back. You were just going to bury them alive 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I thought all these cats didn't like these people, like Kyoko not liking
Yosro and Yamamon. Yeah.
If these humans are their pets, why would they let her bury them?
Yeah, we worked hard on those pets.
We worked hard training those pets. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But no, so I don't get this.
No, and
because that would be better. And then she says, "Okay, I guess I have to accept this world for what it
It
is."
is.
If the cats had showed her that what she was doing was wrong, she'd be far more willing to accept it.
Right, would make more sense. Yeah. Again, just do another Pass Riders.
You're so close. There's a lot of good stuff here. It really is.
Yeah, just a little more of making things make sense. Have these ones tell you, tell Bastemon the error of her ways.
Of her viewpoint. Yeah.
Not just kind of beat her up and make her drunk, and she just knows now.
She just won't accept it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
then she makes this comment about, I wonder if I'll ever get a partner like that.
When did she try to get a partner?
Why did she want a partner?
Was this whole selection process her trying to find a partner? Again, that could kind of be cool.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
But we never got that
Never
indication.
got that impression to this point, no.
That was more she was punishing them for mistreating kitties.
Yeah. Well, not being subservient to them.
Yeah.
At this point, I expect her to walk off grumbling about how stupid humans are. Then another cat show up and say, yes, aren't humans the worst?
Yes.
Do we have another...
Black Automon, yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? Bring her in there, too. Have all three of them get together.
She thinks these humans are just stupid. I don't know about the worst, but...
No one thinks he's die. She just doesn't want to deal with them anymore.
Yes, May Crackline, I know. That's what you're
May.
Yeah. May-chan? No.
No, not May-chan, just May.
And
not that May-chan, the other May-chan.
And yeah, that's the episode. I'm pretty sure Angormon's got a poem, but
Angormon's got a poem. They adopt the kitties for the clubs.
Oh yeah, there's another club that says they'll take in the gardening.
Kyosho pull some strings and so that the cats can stay on campus.
Mm-hmm, the gardening care club or whatever, yeah.
And we're done.
And the season's over! Woohoo! Yeah!
No, there's a preview of another episode.
No, episode 56. Impurity. Which, I mean, again, seems like it has an interesting enough concept. You could really do something with it, because it's how humans are so unclean that even their soul is dirty. Everything they touch becomes dirty too. We must remove all the humans, and there's like this giant globe orb in the sky that's like
a wooden train doll seems to fall out of.
Yeah, like the posing dummies, kind of mannequin almost.
Sometimes you see them ninja shows that they train on.
Yeah, are falling, and one of them's even got glasses and stuff.
But no eyes.
So I'm assuming that humans are getting turned into those then? I don't know.
They wood's clean?
They do not show who it is.
Yeah, not sure who the Digimon is this time, so good on that, I guess.
Cool, yeah.
But nor am I seeing anything that makes me think we're going anywhere story-wise.
But again, if this was the invasion of coming in and trying to remove the humans and we could do a story arc, what's that? What's a story arc?
Arc?
Yeah. What's growth? What's any of this stuff that is really needed and we haven't gotten in so long that we don't think we will. But this has been a long enough review already. Mm-hmm. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Remember to click right on this, right here over this cat if you want to see another Digimon video. And as always, everyone, remember to be awesome. Till the next one, take care. Bye-bye. No, I just think it means that, she buries her,
Turns in a cat box.
she buries her crap, so that's what she thinks of us. I don't know if you want to use that one feature, Rordrik.
I don't think you will. Well, if you want an honest reaction, that's one of them.
There's an outtake to put at the end of the episode, maybe.